Okay, good evening, student. Today we are going to start one more poem. The name of the poem is "The Father to His Son." It's the Unit 5. The Father to His Son, written by Carl August Sandburg. Actually, here the father to his son is nothing. It is a father advice to his son. What are the advice going to given in the adult age? Like that, the poem is given in here. Okay, before going to the poem lines, just see the author introduction. Okay, now the author Carl Sandburg given the definition for the poem, but already you know poem, what is poem, but he given some different way in a poem. Poetry is the opening and closing of the door. Poem is nothing while you are opening the door and closing the door, leaving those who took through the guess about what was seen during a moment. Within a opening and closing time, what you are thinking in your mind, it's called a poem. Like that, Sandberg given the definition for poem. Okay, now see, Sandberg author introduction. Sandberg was born on Glassberg, Illinois, Illinois to parents of Swedish ancestry. So Sandberg was born in the Glassberg. Glassberg, it was in the Illinois. Illinois is a big country. In that country, he was born in the Glassberg, and the parents for the Swedish ancestry. And then Karl August Svanberg, January 6, 1878, July 22, 1967, was an American poet, writer, and editor. And also Karl Hughes Sandberg was born on January 6 in 1878, and he was died on July 22 in 1967. He was an American poet and also writer and the editor. He won 3 Pulitzer prizes, and also the Karl August II Sandberg won 3 Pulitzer prize, the 2 for the poetry and 1 for his biography of Abraham Lincoln. He got 3 prizes, 2 for the poem and then 1 for biography of Abraham Lincoln. During his lifetime, Sandberg was widely regarded as a major figure in contemporary literature, especially for volumes of his collector verse, including Chicago poem in 1916, Cornhuskers 1918, and Smoke and Steel 1920. During his period, Carl Sandburg, in his life, he was widely regarded. He was widely talked for every people in America. Everyone talked for a major figure in contemporary literature. Contemporary literature is nothing in Tamil we call Samagala Ilakkiyam, especially for volumes of his collected verse. Verse is nothing, poem lines. Especially they call for his collection of verse. The poems are Chicago poem. It was written in 1916, and Cornhuskers. It was written in 1980, and Smoke and Steel. It was written in 1920. He enjoyed unrevealed appeal as a poet in his days. It is nothing during his period. No poet is compared to Sandberg, because Karl Sandberg was one of the best poet in his period. So can't able to compare to other poet. Perhaps because the breadth of his experience connected him with so many strands of American life. It means in American life, the American people, so much of them liked his poem. He got so much of experience during his period, because no one compared to his poem. And at his death in 1967, while he was died in 1967, that time the President Lyndon B. Johnson observed that he called the Carl Sandburg was more than the voice of America. He was only the voice of America, because no one poet is compared to in his during his life. So the president also called him. He is the one of the voice of America, and more than the poet is, it is a strength and genuine. And also he is a poet strength. He had poet strength and also genius. He was America, and also he was one of the American person. Like that, the president prized, honored the Coral Sandberg. Okay, now see the line lines. Okay, a father sees his son nearing manhood. Nearing manhood is nothing, growing the manhood. It means adult. What shall he tell that son? Life is hard, be still, be a rock. Now, while his son is growing a manhood, as a father advised him, like the father advised, life is very hard. There are so many struggles in it. So you must be a steel in your life and be a rock in it, like that given in the first three lines. Actually, in this poem, the author did not give importance to the rhyming scheme and rhyming word. This poem gives lot of messages to the youngsters and to the father. Just listen carefully. Here don't have any rhyming scheme and rhyming words. And this might stand him for the storms and serve him for humdrum monotony and guide him among sudden battles and tighten him for slack movement. So now here, and this is a must say. This is must. It means the must is nothing. The be still in a rock. It is a must. It gives save you in every situation, in every difficult situation. The boldness can stand against the storms. While your life was boring, it helps you and save you, and also it guides you among the enemies. Don't be lazy, be active always, like that he told to his son. So here the humdrums monotony is nothing, while the life sometimes the wife gives some laziness, it means gives some boring, like that. That time also the steel and the rock can be safe in our life, and the slack movement is nothing, lazy movement. Like that the father given advice to his son. Okay, see next. Life is soft, loom, be gentle, go easy, and these two might serve him. Brutes have been gentled where lasses failed. Okay, see these first three, next three lines. Now the father told his son, actually life is soft to loom. Actually soft to loom is nothing. Loom is a mud. It was very soft. It was have some healthy soft, healthy loom. In this you must be gentle and lead your life easy. This can help you in your life. Healthy. Brutes, it means a cruel character, have been smoothened while the lasses failed. Lasses means beating, in Tamil, we call the satai. Okay, see next. The growth of a frail flower in a pot of has sometimes shattered and split a rock. So now he gives one example. One soft flower, frail is nothing. Actually, the frail meaning is weak, but here the meaning for exact meaning for frail is the soft. The frail flower is soft, not weak. Okay, growth in its pot. In some time, the pot had rock in some difficulties time. It can split it and grow in its ways. Likewise, life had so many struggles. You must split it and be gentle and go easy. Go easy, nothing. Lead your life easily, like that given in the two lines. Okay, student, we can continue the next lines for the next class. Thank you, student.